Professor John Bacon-Shone, fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join you all here today in this panel to share about how government adopted privacy-safe ways to provide virus notification to help contain the spreading of COVID-19. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19, the government has tapped on technology for effective implementations of various public health measures like quarantine arrangement, large-scale COVID-19 testing, booking for vaccination, and providing virus notifications. Today, I would like to talk about the virus notifications. Let's start with the objective. By implementing the virus notification app, we aim to encourage the public to keep a precise record of their whereabouts. In case one is contracted with the COVID-19, this whereabout information will be very useful for further investigation and contact tracing work. And we would like to also use this app to notify public members of possible risks of contact with person infected with the COVID-19 and provide appropriate health advice. In this way, we can help reduce the risk of further transmission of the virus. Let's start with the design principles about the app. One of the very first principle is that only the public members will keep the record of their whereabouts by themselves in their mobile device locally. That means that no other person or the central system can access their whereabout informations. And also no user registration is required, meaning that the personal profile are not necessary for registration to use the app. There's no GPS tracking. As I've said before, no access to the user's whereabout information by the central system. The visit records are all encrypted on the mobile phones and erased automatically after 31 days. And the app will only collect information on venues and transportation having confirmed the cases from the central system for matching it locally, such that it can provide the virus notification alerts to them. So some information about the LiveHome app. It was launched in the November 16 last year. It is privacy by design. And the main objective is that the public can record their whereabouts by themselves by scanning a QR code of the venues or the taxi registration map. And the app is venue-centric, and it is all on voluntary participations. So how the LiveHome app works? First of all, the participating venues will need to do a registration, and then they can get a QR code, and then they print it and post it up on their venues. For the visitors, when they visit the venues, they can use the app to scan the QR code to record their visit. In case they are contracted with the COVID-19, they can use the app to report, confirm the positive cases with their consent. And on the other hand, for the other users, they can download the list of venues and transportation of confirmed cases from time to time to the app, and then generate the exposure notifications within the app. So how the virus notification works? First of all, when there is a person confirmed with COVID-19, the Center of the Health Protection, or the CHP, will do an interview with them to try to identify the list of venues or transportations they have taken within the last 14 days. If the users, if the patients has also used the LiveHome app, the visit records will also be uploaded to CHP under their consent. With all these, the CHP can generate a list of venues visited and transportation taken by the patients. And this information will also be opened up in the Open Data Portal. And with this information, the LiveHome app backend can download a list of venues visited and transportation taken from the Open Data Portal. And also, if the patients have the LiveHome app, a list of venues visited by him or transportation taken by him will also be sent to the LiveHome backend. all these will be mapped to the Leave Home Safe venue list or transportation identifier, so that when the Leave Home Safe app users download these informations periodically from the back end to check against their own record, and then the Leave Home Safe virus notifications can be generated. And I would also I would like to take this opportunity to talk about the Google and Apple exposure notification framework, which was launched on the April 10th last year. The Google and Apple framework was based on the Bluetooth technology on mobile devices. In other words, the concept is that whenever there are two mobile phones coming close to each other for a certain period of time, they will exchange a kind of BLE beacon, and then to record such a contact within their mobile phone. But the characteristic of this framework is that no one, even the owner of the phone, can view the list. And this is the way how Google and Apple preserve privacy. And also the whereabouts of contacts was not recorded. Let's illustrate it by an example. For example, Alice and Bob are match each other at the park, and they have a lengthy conversations. And during this time, if they both installed with the Google and Apple framework, their phone will exchange beacon through Bluetooth, and then they will have a record about this contact. For example, let's say a few days later, Bob was confirmed positive. Then under Bob's consent, he can upload the record of his last contact list to the Google and Apple servers. In the meantime, when Alice's phone download the lists from the Apple and Google servers from time to time, and she can see that there's a match found, and then she can subsequently receive a notifications on there is a possibility that she has come into close contact with a person contracted with COVID-19, but she will never know that where and when such contacts has taken place. So let's take some time to compare the differences between the two apps. For the Leave Home Safe app, the notification is based on venue visited and transportation taken, while the Google Apple framework is based on the people contact. And as the Leave Home Safe app is venue centric, so it is possible to send alert based on some hotspot. But the Google Apple framework cannot do so, because they're basically based on the Bluetooth detection of these someone installed with the same framework, but they never know that where this contact was made. And also the Leave Home Safe app can generate notification independent of the uptake rate, because as you can see that whenever there are some hotspot identified by the CHP, they can send the list of venues to the app users, so that the app can compare with the visit record of themselves, and then make the appropriate virus notifications. But for the Google Apple framework, the uptake rate is very important for generation of such kind of alert. And also the Leave Home Safe can facilitate users to record their whereabouts, which will facilitate further investigations and contact tracing work in case they are confirmed to be infected. But for the Google Apple framework, no such information or whereabouts can be recorded to facilitate further investigations. So the conclusion is that the government is committed to protect privacy of individuals. Leave Home Safe app is privacy by design to provide virus notification without compromising individuals' personal privacy. We will undergo continuous improvement to enhance the user experience of the app, and acceptability and uptake rate are always critical for this kind of app, including both Leave Home Safe and the Apple and Google framework. So I would like to appeal to all participants of this panel, and as well as the audience, to download the Leave Home Safe app and help to protect Hong Kong together. Thank you.